Hello, and welcome to Mission 3, Lesson 12. Our student objective for this lesson is to solve two-step word problems, including multiplicative comparison. Okay, so in other words, what we're doing today is we're solving at least two-step word problems, and one of those steps is going to involve multiplication. So it's like we're doing application problems with multiple steps, and at least one of those steps will involve multiplication. So we're going to take a look at one as an example today, because Zern gets a little tricky. It's going to try to trick you a couple times throughout this lesson, but we're going to beat them at their own tricks. Let's take a look at one. All right, this is a problem that you might have. So it's an application problem, and it'll look like this. Okay, this is actually from the Tower of Power. Your probably final step on the Tower of Power will probably be something pretty similar. And this is where they're going to try to trick you as well. So it says the table shows the beads in Shiva's new bead kit. Shiva's 7 friends have the same bead kit. How many beads do Shiva and her 7 friends have all together? Now, when you first read this, when you're just reading it like in your head, it's easy to get overwhelmed because you're thinking, oh, there's a lot of information. There's a table. There's all this. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. No, take a breath. And we just have to break down piece by piece and look at the pieces of information that we do know to be little detectives, math detectives, and solve what we need to solve. Okay? So I'm just going to break it down. I'm going to think. I'm doing this too. I'm going to slow it down. I'm going to think it out. It says the table shows the beads in Shiva's new bead kit. So this table shows the beads in Shiva in her new bead kit. So we have 3 types of beads. We have red beads, we have yellow beads, we have green beads. And then it tells me the number of beads in each color. So I have 32 red beads, 21 yellow beads, and 39 green beads. So we have, that tells us then how many beads are in one bead kit. It says Shiva's 7 friends have the same bead kit. Okay, so 7 of her friends also have this identical bead kit. It's asking how many beads do Shiva and her 7 friends have all together. Okay, so we are trying to figure out how much Shiva and her 7 friends have, how many beads they have all together. Now, let's think about one bead kit first. Is the question asking, does the question care how many red, yellow, green, like the different colors? It does not. It just wants to know how many beads total. It doesn't care if they're red, if they're yellow, if they're green, what color they are. A bead's a bead, regardless of color. So the first thing we want to do is figure out, well, how many beads total are in one kit? So how many beads altogether are in one of these kits? Well, how do I figure out how many total beads there are? I just add those total number of beads. So let me get set up here. Red, that'll do. So I'm going to add 32 and 21 and 39. I'm going to add all 3 of these together to get the total for one bead kit. So again, this is my first step in a multi-step problem. So I'm going to do 32 plus 21. Notice I'm just going to add 2 of them at a time. I'm not going to try to add all 3 at a time because that gets numbers get a little big for me. So 2 plus 1 is 3, and 3 plus 2 is 5. 53. And then I add on this last piece, which I hadn't added yet. So now I'm going to add, because I added 32 and the 21, and now I'm going to add that 39. Okay. So 3 plus 9 is 12. Carry the 1. 1 plus 5 is 6, plus 3 is 9. So 92. So one bead kit, so all of these together, there are 92 beads in one kit. 92 beads, and that's just in one kit. Now, the question asks, it says Shiva's 7 friends have the same bead kit. So 7 of Shiva's friends also have this 92 bead set, this 92 bead kit. And it wants to know how many beads do Shiva and her 7 friends have all together. Now, this is where you're going to get tricked, and this is where Zern wants you to get tricked. we know we have to multiply now because we know that Shiva and her 7 friends, and it has Shiva and her 7 friends, and then they each have a bead kit. There's 92 beads. How many total beads? Your initial instinct will be to do this. 92 times 7. Because you will see, well, there's 92 beads in a kit, and she has 7 friends. Well, how many beads is that total? However, that's actually not correct. That is not what you want to do. Because it's Shiva and her 7 friends. Well, you can't forget about Shiva. So how many people are there total with bead kits? Well, there's Shiva and her 7 friends. How many people is that total? That's 8 people total. That is 8, because we cannot forget about Shiva. Okay, Shiva and her 7 friends. So we're not going to do 92 times 7. We're going to do 92 times 8. Okay, we're going to do 92 times 8. And then I'm just going to multiply. And I'm going to use the standard algorithm to multiply here. So I'm going to go 8 times 2. 8 times 2 is 16. I carry the 1. 8 times 9 is 72. Plus the 1 that I carried is 73. So that is my answer. And to get totally correct, well, how many beads do Shiva and her 7 friends have altogether? They have 736 beads. But again, read the problem carefully. Don't let Zern trick you, because they'll try this. They'll say, like, Shiva and her 7 friends, or Billy and his 3 friends. Okay, but you have to read the question carefully and see, are we including that person or not? Okay. If the question has just said, how many beads do Shiva's 7 friends have altogether? Yeah, it'd be times 7, but it's Shiva and her 7 friends, which is why we have to multiply times 8. So you're going to be asked to do, and notice, was that a multi-step problem? Yep, we added, and then we multiplied. So that's multiple steps right there. So you're going to be doing those type of problems throughout today's lesson. Okay, so pay attention, slow down, take a breath, and really think about what's being asked. Again, get yourself organized there. Good luck.